What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So it seems that the Xbox Xbox is having a developer developer get together round to, I don't know what, I forgot what they call it, because whatever, it's not like a super dope E3 presentation or anything like that, but it is something that we want. I think it's something more akin to what they should have been doing for a while now, which is, not this fluffy video presentation where they have this lady and now here's some more games for PlayStation. That's the one thing I hate about the PlayStation. What are they called? Directs? I don't even know what they're called. State of place. I'm conflating. They're boring. Like the interstitials, you got little cubes and squares and circles jumping around on a blue back. I'm like, this is all right. I get what you're doing, but it's not. I don't care. You don't need those interstitials. And get a better lady that won't put you to sleep or to tell the Anyway, point is, Xbox is doing their thing. They're gonna talk about some games. More importantly, they're not gonna have Starfield, which is good because they said that they're gonna put their own separate thing because it's so big and important. You see what's happening? Now Redfall is within this thing, and I'll give them that because Redfall is unproven yet. It is an unproven entity. It is like, I don't know, will it be good? Will people like it? So them putting it with all these other games, I can't remember the games at the moment. It's Forza Motorsport, Minecraft Legends, Redfall, and some other stuff. I don't remember. But the thing that's more interesting to me is that it's not a dev diary per se, but that's what it's akin to. It's a deep dive in not deep dive, but it's the developers talking about the game. Now, how that comes out, we'll see. Does it sound too, I don't know, schlocky or too pandering or too dumbed down so that it can be kind of digestible for the layman? Probably, but I want these nerds, which they are. They're making games. They're nerds. Hello. I want them to get nerdy. I want them to let's go. If you keep using small words and stuff, no one's ever gonna learn the big words. Use the big words for the dummies, so they be like, what did he say? What does that mean? And then they ask, and then they learn and say, oh, I just learned something about video games. There you go. Stop pandering and stop acting like these people, us, the audience, the consumers, are idiots. We're not idiots. Some are idiots, but not a lot of us are. Anyway, the point is, you have to teach us the nerdy stuff. You don't you don't do a Mark Cerny, okay? That's a little too much. You have to find a happy medium between the gibberish that Mark Cerny says, which is not gibberish. It's only gibberish to us laymen because he's really deep into all the science of video games. And let's say a Major Nelson, he has his own nerdy tendencies, which aren't really all about video games. It's more about audio and stuff. Anyway, interesting what they're gonna say. I would say, as far as expectations, temper your expectations. Don't say, oh, I'm so hyped for this and that. Me, I stopped being hyped a long time ago because I got my heart broken so many times by Sega. It's ridiculous. I'm like, when Dreamcast died, I was like, you know what? I give up. I gave up on video games for a good 2 years, and I was hitting the clubs. And then Xbox came around. My brother, I went to my pop's house. My brother was there. He had an Xbox. He was playing Halo. I was like, what the hell is this? Oh, that Xbox. I'm like, oh, okay. I was not paying attention to video games so much that I didn't even know that the Xbox came out. That's how bad it was. And then I finally get an Xbox, OG Xbox, and all that stuff. And then I got back in. That's when I got back in. But as far as expectations, like I said, I'm not hyped for anything. I'm hyped for Starfield, but once again, every time I look at the trailer, every time I look at the footage, it reminds me of Skyrim. It reminds me of Fallout. I see the DNA within the actual footage that they have shown to us. So my expectations is that it is exactly what they're saying. It's Fallout in space. It's Skyrim's in space. Skyrim's in space. And I like that better. The only thing the thing that's making me excited about Starfield, which is I wish that they will do this, but they're not going to do this. The whole ship creating. I wish that would. I hope that is very. I hope it's more than what they're showing, like super flexible as far as what you can do, almost like a Kerbal Space Program, if you will, right? And then at the same time, I want them to have the mod stuff. I want to be able to be like, yo, I'm gonna build a race in this solar system, a starship race. So you got to race around the sun, and then you go to the planet. You got to go, no atmospheric stuff, because obviously you can't do that unless they do something in the mods. I don't know, but that would be cool to have like a little space race with your starships to see who built the better starship. That'd be dope. I'd be down for that. That'd be so cool. And as far as the way that I look at it, there's no reason why they can't do that, right? But once again, I'm not a dev like that, so I don't know what their engine is capable of. So maybe it is not too possible, whatever. But that's why I'm more hyped for Starfield than Redfall. Now Redfall is cool in that I think more people are getting hyped about Redfall because they thought people were saying, oh, it's Left 4 Dead only because it's 4-player co-op and you're shooting vampires. And people like to be reductive. And so now the devs came out and said, no, it's not nothing like Left 4 Dead, because Left 4 Dead is not open world. Left 4 Dead is like point to point, from safe house to safe house, right? And it has an AI whatever. So it's very systems heavy in that respect as far as the AI goes and the hordes. Redfall is more of, it has the systems, but it's an open world, and the systems are definitely about weapons and how they affect certain classes of vampires and all that stuff, and also the different classes that you have. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, now I'm more interested. And they akin it to Far Cry 2, which is not, everybody says it's Far Cry, but you have to be specific. They said Far Cry 2 specifically. That was the last Far Cry that I actually played for real, and I didn't get too far. I started some fires, and the fire is procedural or whatever, and it's like, and it's spreading. It's not procedural, but it spreads like organically. That's not it. I guess it procedurally spreads, but depending on what can burn, I guess. And that was the main thing about that game, was the fire tech in it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And so if they have more things like that, like electricity, there's electricity. I forgot which one of them has the electrical power. I think it's the one with the little droid, the girl with the droid. I don't know any of the names, so sorry about that. But it's that. You have the invisible sniper dude with the glow eye, whatever his name is. And then you have Elevator Girl, who has she has telekinetic powers, and at one point she had put up like a giant umbrella in front of her as a shield, and she was walking and shooting and stuff. And I was like, oh, you know what that reminded me of? Overwatch, with the big dude with the shield wall walking around. I was like, oh. So there's a whole bunch of little elements in what I've seen from Redfall that make me kind of like, let's see what this is about. And I already like what it looks like. It looks great. And also they chose a perfect art style where it's not, I did not like the art style of, what the hell is that one called? The one that they made before. Deathloop. I didn't like the art style of Deathloop. The retro stuff and nobody has a face and all. I was like, I mean, it looked good, right? Technically. But I wasn't feeling the art style. But this one, I like it because it's like, it looks good. And also, it's closer to Arcane, the show, the animated show on Netflix. Than, I mean, minus the watercolor, because this doesn't have like that watercolor texturing. But that's what it kind of feels like. It's like a timeless art design that may never go out of date. Kind of like how Fortnite really hasn't gone out of date. It's more cartoony, yes, but it still looks good. And there's other games, but my brain's a little bit loose right now. And so, you know, and also the other thing that I like about what they're showing on Redfall is that they have this they're like pockets or sections of like kind of otherworldly places where like gravity's messed up and the terrain's all twisted and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. That way they can be super imaginative. They can be like, oh, you've got the vampire mist, so now you're gonna be hallucinating and stuff. And so you go into this. I don't know if that's how it goes, but I'm just saying they have a reason within the lore for these places to exist, and they can go crazy. They can do whatever they want. You know, they can have an upside down world where you're freaking walking on the ceiling and stuff. I mean, they can do a whole bunch of stuff, and that right there excites me because it's all about, you know, imagination, the imaginative chops that these developers have, and they have them. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. And also, vampires greater than zombies. I said it. I've always said it, and it's true. But yeah, let me know if you guys excited about this Xbox developer beepity boopity coming up on January 25th at 12 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. No, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Wherever you watch your streams. Like I said, I'm not super hyped, but I am looking forward to watching it. I'll probably be working at the time, so I'll catch a replay. Upon the replay, but that'll be cool. That'll be definitely cool. And I think they need to do more of these. You know, instead of like, oh, it's just an E3 or it's a XOXO, you know, whatever they do, their own little Xbox things, Game Fest and all that stuff. Well, that's their E3, but I think something like this, where it's like a dev diary type of thing, like what Bungie used to do when they were promoting like Halo 3 and stuff. I was like, yeah, I like this. Let's go. Give me some, you know, some juice. Give me some insight. Give me some BTS stuff. You know, not the group. You know, let me, you know, give us the nerdy, like a lot of people, they, you know, people don't realize this. Sony should know this more than anyone because they make freaking movies and, you know, DVDs, Blu-ray. The behind the scenes stuff, people love that. I used to buy Blu-rays and DVDs. It was mainly DVDs and stuff. And I would be like, yo, what kind of feature, what kind of extra behind the scenes stuff, nigga? I don't want to see the making of this and that and the third, because that stuff is interesting. Because, you know, we see the final product, but, you know, how did they make the dinosaur in Jurassic Park? How is that real or is that CG? You know, all these different questions. A lot of people like to know. A lot of people want to see that stuff, and the same is for video games. They're like, well, how did you do that? You know, I mean, I know some is industry secrets. You don't want to, like, you know, spill all the beans of how you made a game and then people just copy it, you know, because like, oh, that's how they did it. Okay, we can do that too, you know. But, you know, give us something. Give us some dev dive. Give us some deep dive devs. You know, give us the evolution of, you know, character design and stuff like that. You know, just give us some content, Xbox, because you're lacking in the games. Give us something. But anyway, the games will come. I'm not worried about the lacking of games for too long, although I've been paying for Game Pass for a while. But I've still thought that I've gotten my money's worth because I've played more than, you know, 3 full AAA games. So they've paid for itself all those years. And so I'll continue. I do the $15 a month now, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But you know, it's all good. I just want, you know, the cadence to increase a little bit, and I want people to stop complaining about it, because I know they hate hearing about it, and I mean, I hate hearing about it, but, you know, I want to play them games too, so it's all good. But anyway, let me know in the comments, are you excited for the dev thing, the Xbox dev thing? That's what I'm gonna call it. Are they wise in separating Starfield from it, giving it their own special thing? I think they are. And going back a little bit to the bias talk I was talking about, Sony versus Xbox, or Xbox versus PlayStation. Why aren't people saying more things about how Sony isn't showing us stuff? They had like one state of play last year, right? Or something like that. And it was like hot trash or whatever. And people were like, oh my God, that was so good. That was the best. I was like, really? I don't remember that. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty there. But let me know what you guys think. about the whole Xbox developer thing that's happening. Is it a good look that they separated Starfield? I don't know. Let me know. I'll see y'all in the next one. Birds, tilt the weight.